Welcome back to your next stop. This is Juliette Hahn. So I wanted to give you guys some exciting news. So I've been recording episodes since 2019. I have over 335 episodes because there's bonuses in there. You guys know I also have YNS Live with NFL Thread. So I have a number of recordings there. I also have Word Blindness, Dyslexia Exposed that we are in probably by when this comes out, it's probably 33, 34 episodes. So I've been doing this for a little bit. I have been thinking about your next stop and how much I love and have loved recording and taking you guys through people's lives, their stories, their conversations. Stories connect us. I always say that that's something that I really pulled out of this. From your next stop, I started a consulting business that I would help the guests with their stories. I would help them figure out the parts that they really enjoyed talking about. And, if you guys haven't heard my story, you can go back, but it is a gift of mine. It is a gift that I know how to pull the best out of people. And so that is, all of these amazing things that have come out of your next stop. And lately, because of my new job, you guys know that I'm now the Chief Communications Officer for Fet Tech, which came out of my storytelling consultant business. It was one of my first clients, all these really amazing things. And my love for podcasting is still here. So I am like, you know what? I want to change things up a little bit for your next stop. The last couple months have not felt as inspiring to myself. And what I've always taught my clients is when you get to that point, you need to really sit and think, is it time that I'm retiring this part of my life, this series, and it's time and time again? Absolutely not. I love this so much. However, I want to put a little rebranding, a little, shift, a little change for our new season. So our new season is going to be coming out. I don't know if it's going to be in a month or 2 months, but it's going to be around there. I am going to be kind of recording behind the scenes and creating some really fun stuff that is going to be the new season of your next stop. Some of the changes that you guys can feel in it is I'm going to have where originally in your next stop episodes, if you guys are a long-time listener, you know that I take people through their lives. So like, tell us a little bit about your early childhood. Take us, if you went to university, what that looked like, what midlife, your jobs, where did you pivot, what job, kind of life, family, where you went, if anything big happened in those, what kind of learning have you done, where are you now, what's next? That's kind of been the format of your next stop. So what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about stages. Stages are, and every episode you guys will be able to kind of feel this. I'm going to go back to the 30 minutes. I know some of my episodes have gotten longer. There might be a few in there that are longer because that just is the essence of that episode. But I'm going to let you guys know because I've had feedback where it's like, I love what you're doing. Sometimes they're a little long and I can't get it in one. And then I forget if I've listened to half. So I'm going to give you my word. Most are going to be 30 minutes, around that 20, 30 minute. And each guest, we're going to take them through. It's going to be stages. That's the first, and I don't want to give too much away because as I'm recording, it could, shift and change a little bit, but it's going to be this kind of format. Stages. Then it's going to be trauma turning points, something there. And then what out of those trauma turning points did you get? Like what obstacles were in that part? And then how did you pivot and where are you now? So you're going to be able to expect that in every episode. So stages, turning point, trauma, obstacles, and then where are you now and the pivots that we take. I'm excited. I already know the guests that I'm going to be recording. And so I have them already started. And so I wanted to share with the listeners what they can, expect. So this is going to be the last episode in season 4. So season 5 is going to be the new season. And that is going to be coming out, as I said, in a month, in 2 months, it's going to be coming out. You guys will be, you'll be, if you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe to your next stop because then you will be alerted when the new season comes out. But you also know that I will be sharing it on all my social media. I will also be talking about, as I'm recording, kind of as I'm doing some fun stuff, some of the social media, the way we share episodes is going to change. There could be some changes that you You guys have to stay tuned to see, but it's going to be almost like a little facelift. I feel like your next stop needs a little facelift. I'm in a new stage of my life. I just entered my 50s. And so it's going to be kind of the homage to like the next part. And so that's what your next stop is going to be. It's going to be the next part of your next stop, the kind of the new, the revitalized, a little bit of structure. So like you're going to feel a little structure there. As I said, stages, turning point, trauma, obstacles that happened in there, and then the pivot, and then, the pivot and where we are. So you can expect that in every episode. I'm going to continue to bring you powerful stories, great people that have done important things in their own lives, in other people's lives, great stories of people that, how they've pivoted, how they've gotten out of some of these obstacles and trauma so you can learn. So not only are you going to connect because of the stories, but you're also going to be able to learn. So stay tuned for the new season of Your Next Stop coming shortly. I possibly in between will do another episode just to kind of give you guys a little preview, maybe give you a little snippet of some of the people that I've recorded with. I don't want to give that away now. I'm going to kind of leave that as a hanging. Think of like your favorite Netflix series that after you watch all of them, it's like, it's gone. This is going to still be weekly. We're still going to be doing weekly. And, but I am recording behind. So I am getting like all the good stuff, all the goods right behind the scenes right now. And I'm working out with my editor and my team, the little shifts that we want to do to kind of give this the facelift that it is needed. Because again, we've been doing this since 2019. If you guys are early adapters, your next stop was actually Next Stop Crazy Town. It started because of me really falling into a passion of a passion that I didn't know I needed, didn't know I had. Again, you can go back and listen to all my stories, but those were like personal journal stories. So those were like 10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes. And I really just took you through some significant parts of my life. Then COVID happened. I started doing interviews that went to quarantine stories. So it was it was Next Stop Crazy Town with quarantine stories. And then from quarantine stories, I loved interviewing people so much. I realized I need to interview. I'm really good at this. This is really fun. So again, it was my journey. I then churned quarantine stories. I was like, I'm going to do another little kind of bonus segment, and it's going to be called Love What You Do. And that's when I started really interviewing people on their entrepreneurship, their passion, how did they turn to business into a passion, all these kind of different things. And that's when then I rebranded into Your Next Stop. So that's been a number of years. So again, it's like we all evolve, we all strive to be better, we all learn. I mean, if you're stagnant and you really haven't changed or learned, start listening to the podcast because you got to do it. You can kind of see where I was and where I've evolved to, doing all these wonderful passion things that I absolutely light me on fire. It just makes me be able to be a better mom, a better wife, a better human altogether, because I am excited to get on, talk and connect with people, learn, share all these different things that I'm doing with my podcast series, Your Next Stop, YNS Live with NFL Thread. And of course, my newest one, Word Blindness, Dyslexia Exposed, which there's a lot coming out with that. So you can kind of keep and stay in there too, because that is constantly evolving. And then my new position with FedTech, some really, really amazing things happening there. So I am excited to continue to bring you guys inspirational stories. So stay tuned. As I said, Your Next Stop is going to get a little facelift, and it's going to have a little bit of structure, stages, trauma, turning point, obstacles that they had in there, the pivot, and where they are now. So if you have anyone that in your life that you're like, they have a great story, they should be on the podcast, email me. You can email me at info@IamJulietHahn. So IamJulietHahn.com. And, put us in touch. Definitely put us in touch. I'll have to do a little 15-minute, make sure that we connect and their story fits on Your Next Stop. It's going to be, again, all of these new kind of stories connect us. And I'm excited to share the new season of Your Next Stop with you guys. I hope you liked this episode of Your Next Stop. Please subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and join in each week.